Welcome to SoundersFC.com. I'm Ross Fletcher. Great to be back with you. Now it's time for the CenturyLink Scouting Report with Vancouver Whitecaps in town for the first time in the 2012 season. Things very delicately poised in the Western Conference. The Sounders, Vancouver and LA are all positioned on 37 points as they fight, they scrap to get third place in the Western Conference. Vancouver, a much improved side, even compared to the one that started 2012. Away from home, they're 3-6-3, but they've brought in three big new signings. Let's take a look at their players to watch. Kenny Miller, brand new forward, former Scotland captain with 60 caps to his name. He played for Scotland's two biggest teams, Rangers and Celtic. He's a really crafty player. He's got great ability to run off the ball, create havoc, and also has a tremendous eye for goal. Barry Robson, another former Scotland international. He's 33, another recent signing by shrewd coach Martin Rennie. He's the playmaker in the middle of the park. He's got a really good eye for a pass and a very good engine. He keeps going all day long. Andy O'Brien, brought in to bolster the centre-half department. He's 33 and has huge experience. He's played more than 300 games in the English Premier League. He's tall, he's rangy, but also for a big man, has very good feet and can play the ball off the ground incredibly effectively. So as I've mentioned, Vancouver Whitecaps have brought in three very experienced players, and the last one, Andy O'Brien, they may well need him for this game at CenturyLink Field. Why? Because their captain Jay Demerit has recently been out with concussion. There's no guarantee he'll be back for the match at CenturyLink Field this weekend. And also Martin Bonjour, their other regular centre-half, picked up a yellow card in their defeat to Dallas in midweek, so he is suspended. So Andy O'Brien, having got his first start against Dallas, is probably going to be thrown into the fire. So I want to talk now in our analysis part of the CenturyLink Scouting Report about those defensive relationships and how key they will be and how Andy O'Brien can add to the mix. Let's take a look at this game then against FC Dallas at BC Place. And first off, what Andy O'Brien does bring to this team. Let's take a look at some action for you now. This is early in the game and a real sense of how good his presence is. The ball will be played long by FC Dallas. Andy O'Brien, if we stop it here, looks up. Instead of just heading the ball away, which he could have done knowing there's a Dallas player very close to him and maybe losing possession for his team, chests the ball down, turns away from his man, and if we play the action on right now, you can see keeps it very calm, keeps it very simple, and keeps possession for Vancouver Whitecaps, and Joe Cannon can clear and they can start another attack. So that experience, very, very important and very worthwhile to the Vancouver Whitecaps back line. A second clip we're going to show you, again, similar kind of thing from Andy O'Brien later on in the game. We'll start the action here with FC Dallas again coming forwards. Again, a long ball. What happens? Andy O'Brien, instead of whacking it away first time, great presence of mind, sees the attacker coming towards him, swivels away, keeps it simple. What he could have done, again, first time, safety first, bang it away. Didn't want to do that, knew he had a moment, trusted his touch, trusted his feet, and kept possession for Vancouver Whitecaps. So Andy O'Brien, very good at reading the game, and as we mentioned, very calm and confident on the ball. But he's a little bit rusty. This is typically the pre-season time for players coming from the United Kingdom. And as such, not necessarily right up to speed. The first Dallas goal wasn't necessarily Andy O'Brien's fault, but we're going to show you the defensive deficiencies and what we mean about the problems now for the players trying to mesh together in these new defensive partnerships. Throw in for Dallas down the left-hand side. Nothing wrong with O'Brien here as the attacker wins the ball, but it comes through to Castillo. Alan Rochard late to cover. That allows Castillo in for a goal pretty much against the run of play. Vancouver weren't playing too well to start with, but FC Dallas weren't anywhere near it. A simple set piece and Fabian Castillo makes it work. So let's take another look at this replay then. Throw in on the left-hand side, should be dealt with. It bounces, the first flick on, but Andy O'Brien, no help. We'll stop it here. Rochard far too far away from Castillo. He has too much time to get his foot on the ball, and as such, as we play it on, even despite that stumble and Martin Bonjour trying to come across, it doesn't work for Vancouver Whitecaps. Better angle here Where's the cover? Why did he not come across? Far too late there. Castillo gets in, scores the goal. All about working together as a defensive unit. So that was the first Dallas goal. The second goal did indirectly concern Andy O'Brien. This is later on in the game. Real sickener here. Andy O'Brien is caught by David Ferreira. Doesn't have enough pace, does he? Ferreira into Jonathan Top. Simple goal for FC Dallas. Andy O'Brien is caught along the back line. Watch this again. It's a long ball by Jair Benitez. Andy O'Brien hasn't got goal side of his man. He can't bring David Ferreira down because that's a red card. Hasn't got the pace to deal with him and even the strength in that moment, despite Ferreira being a smaller man, and away it goes. Again, Andy O'Brien, look, can't get his legs going, can he? Ferreira does excellently to keep hold of the ball, but the long ball effective for FC Dallas there, and that was the win, and that dented a very proud home record for Vancouver Whitecaps, who hadn't lost in their last 9 home games. Now, if you want to watch Seattle Sounders FC against Vancouver Whitecaps this weekend, I'll be back on the call with Casey Keller. We're on King 5 TV. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff and simulcast on 97.3 Cairo FM. Should be fantastic. There'll be more than 50,000 people inside CenturyLink Field. A massive matchup to determine who gets bragging rights in the Western Conference. I'm Ross Fletcher. That was your CenturyLink Scouting Report. Enjoy the game.
They asked me to do an ad and I thought, cool. They want me because I play for the Seattle Sounders. Then I find out it's because my wife told them I'm a good dad. Even better. For me, being a good father is much more important than soccer. So here's my message. Be a good parent. Stay involved with your kid's life. Do something with them, anything. Take a walk, read a book, maybe go see a Sounders game. We can make it better for our kids by staying involved and showing that we love them.